This is the San Andreas Fault in the Coachella Valley. We'll look at some photos of the fault, and I'll show you what to look for in the landscape so that you can spot the fault as we fly along it. You want to look for things like long linear hills or valleys, offset streams or streams that seem to randomly end or begin, offset ridges, changes in the slope of the land, and lines of vegetation. We're going to be looking at the fault in this area. To help orient you, here's the 10 Freeway, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, and Coachella. All right, let's go. In this image, you can see an abrupt change in the slope of the land, stream channels that kind of randomly end, and a line of vegetation. That's the fault. In this picture, you can see some long linear valleys that kind of line up, as well as some stream channels that abruptly end or change direction. This is the fault. This is a great example of a line of vegetation that indicates the location of the fault. Faults can act as barriers to groundwater, causing the water to rise to the surface. They also crush up the rocks, allowing water to travel more easily along the fault. The water means more plants can grow, and that makes the fault pretty easy to spot in the desert. This is a zoomed out view of that same location that shows another line of vegetation, and that is another strand of the San Andreas Fault. In this picture, you can see a series of small low hills and linear valleys that mark the fault. See it? It's right here. Okay, now we're going to fly along the fault. Can you see it? Here's the USGS fault map of the area. On this map, the lines are the faults. The different colors indicate the last known activity on that part of the fault. We were just flying this way and looking southwest across the fault. Now we're going to look at the same area, but from the other direction. So we're looking for the same things: lines of vegetation, offset streams or hills, changes in slope. And when you see many of these types of features and draw a line between them, that's the fault trace, or the place where the fault intersects the surface of the earth. Here it is. Okay. Can you see the fault in this image? Here it is. All right, now let's fly along the fault from this direction and see if you can spot it. It's important to keep in mind that faults are rarely just one simple strand. They're fault zones. Fault zones are broad zones of deformation with many fault strands and areas of crushed and deformed rocks. Some can be kilometers wide. Here's that USGS fault map again, where you can see the complexity of the faulting.